far can we possibly
Oh
get
yeah,
dollars
yeah, of
on
course.
a video game cosmetics? How many can we get away with? And then after that, they're going to pull back a little bit and say, oh, well, that'll be $250, please. Now, of course, oh, you can get it for free. Of course you can get it. Yeah, well, you don't have to pay the money.
Yeah, of course you can get it for free. Yeah.
Grind.
Yeah.
Engage with the game. Keep being
Consume
a
the
person
game.
who plays League of Legends first and foremost. You don't have to buy all of the capsules, right? You don't have to buy all of the $250 worth of capsules to be sure. You could maybe buy half or a tenth. You could buy any number of it. Just put a little bit of money in. Spin those wheels.
Yeah.
See if not the roulette lands on your number this time. Gamble a little bit. Gambling feels good. It's fun when the little thing goes brrr, and then poof, it opens and you get, oh my god, it didn't really get the thing I wanted, but I got something else for free. Woohoo! That's what this is, right?
Exactly.
So,
yeah.
why is this
They described it
Why
perfectly.
are we getting... Riot didn't used to have $250 skin tiers, so why are they making them now?
Well,
Because
here, I'll tell you why. Because now they're feeling like, okay, we're low on budget. We're not making a lot from this game. We spent a lot on Arcane. We spent $250 million on Arcane production. How are they going to make that money back? Well, they definitely can make it back from Netflix, but not only from Netflix. They want to make more money. They don't just want to make that money back. They want to make money, you know? Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're gonna try to push and invest as much as they can. And like just kind of snowball this event, which is Arcane, into any skin that they can publish. They're gonna make probably a Viktor skin. They're gonna make another, I don't know, Viktor rework. I don't know. J skins. Probably now a Jinx skin for 250. And now they're gonna make people grind for these skins. And yeah, they're telling you, oh, look, the Faker skin was for 500, but that was one skin and you get it for 500. It's kind of a bad deal. Look at this. You're getting 3 skins in one for $250 only. And now they're gonna funnel people into the gacha system because they're bringing in more people now into the game. People who haven't played the game before. People that are just coming from Arcane. And some of them happen to be gambling addicts. Some of them could be Genshin Impact players. You never know. So they're kind of used to this gacha stuff. They find it fun. It's like the gameplay for them. So they just come into this game and then they find, oh, we got a Jinx skin 3-in-1 one in a lifetime thing. Dude, we gotta get that. We gotta start rolling the dice until we get it. And then they start pulling the skins. And if you see actually the animation for the pulling, it looks just like the Genshin Impact animation for pulling for 5 stars and other characters. So what are they doing here? They're just like learning from gacha games. I mean, let's be real. Riot is under Tencent. Tencent is a Chinese company. They know their stuff. They know how to do gacha games. That's what they're best at. Zenless Zero, Honkai Impact, Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rails, what else? You name it, dude. They have mastered the gacha system. They know how to make it right. They know how to get the money from your pocket, okay? That's what they're gonna do in League of Legends eventually, and it's gonna become even more addictive. And you're doing that to a game that's already addictive. That's pure evil, dude. That's insane. And they're not fixing any of the characters. They're not fixing Viktor's abilities. They're not fixing any other character's abilities. There are no reworks. Like, what? Dude, we need a rework for Viktor. We don't need a skin for him. We just need a rework. We need... Fix his W, for God's sake. But yeah, let's see what this guy says.
The line has to keep going up. That's the fundamental reason. The line has to keep going up. This is the premise of corporate capitalism, is that you make money, then you take that money and you reinvest it into creating more products.
Exactly.
So you can make more money, which you can then reinvest some of that into your products, and then you can like make more products and make more money that you can reinvest so you can make more money, so you can reinvest so you can make more money, so you can reinvest so you can make more money forever.
Exactly,
There's
yeah. Pretty much.
There's no final step to that process, by the way. There's no...
So yeah, the first step was making Arcane. So the first step was making Arcane. Now the next step is, okay, we took the money from Arcane, and now we're gonna reinvest it in here. We make a few cheap skins here and there, you know, it's just like a few animations. So just pay a few artists, like few $100, and then they're gonna make us like few arts for like Jinx and whatever. Then we're gonna sell it to people for 250. As simple as that. You keep reselling the same thing. If you're watching this from YouTube, we're at 22 subscribers. We want to hit 100 subscribers by the end of this year. If it's possible, I don't know if we're gonna make it. We don't have much time. I have still 15 days. But I hope we can get it by the end of this year. That would be really nice.
$140 billion Well, reinvest that so you can make $150 billion. Reinvest that so you can make 160. Reinvest that so you can make 170, 80, 90, 200, 400, 800, 1600, 3200 billion dollars. There is no endpoint, right?
Yep.
This is the premise of corporate capitalism. And so the thing that's going to happen to every company as they go on that journey through infinite growth forever, right, is that eventually they're going to run up against the limitations of material reality, which is to say, at some point, League of Legends is going to run out of people who are willing to play League of Legends and willing to spend money on it. At some point, they have 100 and something million monthly active players, which is damn impressive. League of Legends has been an astonishingly successful game, which is, the result of a lot of hard work done by a lot of brilliant people to make it as successful and long-living as it has been. But eventually you run out. Eventually there just aren't any more huge growth markets where you can convince hundreds of thousands or millions of people to start playing League of Legends. And eventually, the people who have been playing League of Legends, even the lifers, they get tired of it. People churn out, right? You can't keep everyone locked into the ecosystem forever, just as surely as you can't get everyone in there. So where do you find your next growth market? Where do you find that next source of more people paying into the system so that the growth can continue, so you can pay more money into the system, so you can keep reinvesting and make more money? Well, at some point you run out of new people. And at that point, as a corporation, you have only one choice left, and that is to get more money out of the people who are already in there. Each of the ones you've already managed to capture now have to pay out more value to you so the line can keep going up, right? And that's a process that's been ongoing in League of Legends. League of Legends launched, and this is something that might be hard to believe nowadays. League of Legends launched, and when it did, it had one of the most innovative and widely praised monetization systems in the entire games industry, which is the game is free. You can earn everything simply by playing the video game, and then cosmetics will be for sale. You can purchase champions also if you want to, but cosmetics are for sale. Nothing that determines your gameplay power is gated behind a system. Back when that launched, back when that was a fresh idea, which League of Legends were kind of sort of stealing from all sorts of places, that was praised as a reasonable way to handle the free-to-play model. A reasonable, sensible, down-to-earth, non-exploitative way where the game
and it
is
still
free,
is.
all of the gameplay experience is free, and then you pay for some cosmetics in order to support the development of the game. That was fair. That was fine. Then FIFA Ultimate Team happened, and then Overwatch happened. Loot boxes happened, right? Mobile monetization started happening to the games industry, and that started filtering down. And League of Legends has been smart. Riot have been smart about this. They've never jumped directly on the hype train of the latest grand monetization scheme. They've never jumped fully on it. They've let other companies go there first, take all of the flack, get in all of the trouble, and then Riot comes along with a slightly more reasonable, slightly more restrained version of it and says, yeah, we're adding this. It's like an optional extra feature to the system. Don't worry about it. It's not going to be mandatory. Slowly creeping it up more and more in the features until it becomes mandatory. And here we have the endpoint of that, which is the Exalted skins, which are just legendary skins, except now they come with a $250 price tag, but only technically. I mean, you can get them for free. You just have to play a bunch. You just have to invest more time, right? So whether you are paying the whale price of $250 to be sure to get the skin, or whether you, in order to get the skin, are investing much more time into grinding in League of Legends, either way, they are squeezing more value out of you, the individual player. That's the point and purpose of this, is to more aggressively monetize, more aggressively get resources, data, information, engagement out of each individual player that's already locked into their ecosystem. Cory Doctorow basically calls this process inshitification, and it happens all over the internet, in the tech sector, and the modern economy. Think of all of the streaming service subscriptions that have been getting more and more expensive, raising the prices more and more and more because they have reached the cap of how many people are willing to pay for it. So now they have to start disabling password sharing and trying to get people to stop sharing their passwords so every individual person who wants to watch can be monetized more effectively. The prices have to go up. Now there's the ad-supported tiers, right? And now
here's where I disagree with this. This is, for League of Legends, is considered fine because they have other skins. You don't really need to get the skin. You can just keep playing the game. Maybe you don't even like the skin, So it doesn't really matter. But for other gacha games, like, I don't know, FIFA, for example, the things that you get in the gacha system affect the gameplay. That's the main thing. That's why they are an issue. But for this skin, I don't think it's an issue. Unless they release a champion that you can only buy with money. That's the problem. But for now, I don't think it's an issue, you know? I don't think it's an issue. It's just like a gacha system for skins. Okay, you don't need the skin. You don't have to grind for it. They're just giving you an extra thing to grind for to get more of you as a player. Or you can just buy it if you like the game so much. But like from a general standpoint or a general point of view, most people are just gonna ignore it, you know? Most people are just gonna be like, okay, yeah, whatever. I don't need this skin. I can keep playing the game. I'm not a pro player. I'm just a casual player. Why would I get the skin? I'm getting smacked anyways in each game. Should I get smacked in style too, so that the other team can make more fun of me? You know what happened in the last time they released the Ahari skin? Everyone was shitting on people who bought the skin. Ahari was getting banned in each game. The ban rate of Ahari was at its maximum. This game's player base is so toxic, okay? You can't just like give them a $250 skin and then expect people to be like, oh, cool skin there. No, people are gonna be shitting on them in the game. So if they kill you and you happen to have the Jinx skin, holy shit, dude. You are gonna get flamed by both teams, by your team and the enemy team. And you're gonna have to sit there and take it all, you know? That's if you're a casual player. Like, you are only allowed, according to this League of Legends community, you're only allowed to get this skin if you're a challenger pro Jinx main, okay? And you have like a 90%, 60% win rate, okay? Other than that, you are not allowed to get this skin. You're not allowed to lose LP in this game. And if you do, you're gonna get shit on so badly. Everyone's gonna be shitting on you and your skin. They have like two things to shit on now. You're gonna be like, oh, you spent $250 on a skin, you loser. Look at you. And they're gonna keep bullying you in the game. Like, the enemy team is gonna start bullying you. Like, somehow I can imagine videos of people like, oh, meme videos, oh, this guy got the skin, let's go and get him, you know? Basically just ganking them, not even letting them have fun with the skin. So I can see where this is gonna go. And if they keep like releasing skins like that, I don't think anyone is gonna keep buying them, unless if they like decrease the price to something more reasonable, something like maybe $10, $50, you know? 250 is crazy for a skin, you know? Like, I don't think people will shit on you if you get a skin for $10, maybe $50 max, but anything above that, people are just gonna shit on you in the game. And this game has the most toxic player base of all esports, of all games in general. So good luck for the people that are trying to get the skin, because you guys are gonna get flamed in game, okay?
Now the tiers that used to have no ads are slowly gonna have ads added to them, because each individual paying customer has to be exploited more completely. And that's going to keep happening forever, I'm afraid. The Exalted Skin tiers are a lovely example of it in the context of League of Legends. Like, this is a wonderful demonstration of that process in action, but it's going to keep happening, and it's going to keep getting worse, and it's going to keep getting more extreme, until, at some point, there's a crisis. At some point, there's going to be a crash. At some point, material reality can no longer sustain the financial fiction of infinite growth forever. There's going to be a crisis, there's going to be a crash, there's going to be a readjustment, in the process of which a whole bunch of people are going to lose, ordinary people are going to lose a lot of money, and a whole bunch of people are going to lose their fucking jobs. Not the executives. Don't worry about that. Like, the executives are going to be fine, in case you were worried about them. They're going to be fine. They're going to have all of their money. They're going to be sitting pretty. None of the decisions that they made that caused the crisis to happen in the first place are going to be punished in any way whatsoever. Don't worry about that. You don't have to be afraid of that happening. But a whole bunch of game developers are going to lose their jobs. A whole bunch of the people who actually put in the work, the labor that it takes to make these products for the company to sell, are going to lose their jobs. And they're not going to get credit. They're not going to get equity. They're not going to get anything out of having made these products that the company is selling for millions of dollars, but they're going to be the price that there is to pay. 2008, the financial crisis, is a good example of this process in action, because the housing industry had found an infinite growth forever hack, right? The mortgages, the mortgage packages that just appreciate and become more and more valuable as more and more people are speculating with more and more money in, like, everyone's taking all the money they have, investing it into these like subprime mortgage packages, and then making a lot of money on it, and then taking that money and reinvesting it and inflating, and eventually turns out, hey, that bubble is actually is materially unsustainable in reality. This financial fiction cannot hold. And so, 2008 crash. Millions of ordinary people lose their jobs, lose their housing, lose their homes, lose their pension funds, lose their every fucking thing. A couple of Wall Street dipshits, sort of performatively, the lower level ones, get sent to prison a little bit. Some of them have to pay a fine, if you can get a slap on the wrist, and then they go right back to work and the cycle starts all over again. AI is another example of this. AI is the new infinite growth forever hack that the industry has discovered, because it's a computer and you just press the button and then, oh wow, and then the computer just makes movies for you. It makes movies, it makes TV shows, it makes makes pictures, it makes songs, it makes everything. It makes chatbots, it makes people, it makes friends, it makes everything. You just press the button, and then you get the free thing out of the computer for free. Absolutely no cost, infinite growth forever. And you can automate, and eventually the material reality of the world is going to rather substantially contradict that particular financial fiction. There's going to be a crash in the AI market. God knows how many data centers are going to go out of business. Graphics cards will get really cheap all of a sudden, which, I mean, I guess that's a nice side bonus for us. A whole lot of people are going to lose their jobs. A lot of people are going to lose their money. There's going to be some pension funds that fucking crash over this because they invested everything into the fucking AI hype bubble. And God knows how much energy, how much CO2 is going to have been spilled into the atmosphere. God knows how much water is going to have been evaporated and spent on cooling these fucking data centers that create JPEGs of Garfield with a gun flying the 9/11 planes into the Twin Towers or whatever.
Dude, he's cooking.
And then the cycle is going to start over again. Because there has to be infinite growth forever. If there...
Yeah, and like for the AI thing, League of Legends is guilty of that too, because they have been caught using AI multiple times. Like, for example, one of the skins, not one actually, two of the skins that are now premiered here. So like there was this artist who was a freelancer who made skins splash art for League of Legends. Those parts were made by AI. So what Riot did was just take those and then basically draw over them, you know? And they didn't take the artist's work because they considered it like as something that does not qualify for the game. So instead they just told them, oh, okay, no thanks, we don't want that. And then they just took it and then adjusted a little bit and then uploaded it to the game. They just like changed very few things about it, but it's enough change so that the artists cannot really sue them. Anyways, let's go back to that. And that's what we're afraid of. We are afraid that this splash art of the new champions in the future is going to be made by AI. No more artists. That is scary, you know? And there was like so many videos of Arcane being made by AI. So basically people would make different copies of Arcane with like different art styles, but it looks so good. It looks so realistic, you know. That posed an issue for the company, not right now, maybe in the future, because like this is still new stuff, you know. 2024 is like the year of AI, right? So AI is still new. I think 2025 is gonna be like, we're gonna have AGI. It's just gonna keep getting better, you know, till like a certain point where it just doesn't, it's just unable to get better until we get the quantum computer, which we just did. We just did get the Google chip, and this is just going to keep accelerating the process of AI and AGI. So it's just going to keep getting better from here until, I don't know, maybe 2030, 2035, God knows, or 2050. It's going to be a crisis, I think, in 2030. There's going to be a crisis for so many lost jobs because of AI. And I don't think the AI right now is good enough to create like splash art for Legends. Like I appreciated this splash art of League of Legends. Like that was the main thing about Riot that I liked, and most people liked about Riot is their focus on art. That their main thing. All of my friends, actually the person who introduced me to the game was an artist. I was like with a group of friends. They were just actually really good artists. Some of them were character design, some of them were in splash art, and they were doing commissions for companies. So I've seen their work. I've seen how they do it. I've seen the dedication they have. I've seen like the intricate details that they go into in order to create their pieces. And that was before AI was a thing. Now to see that League of Legends, Riot was their dream company to work at. It was like, if you work at Riot as an artist, you are at the peak of all types of arts. So you have to be like Picasso in order to work for Riot at a certain point, because their art was so amazing. Everyone has seen some of their cinematics at some point. Their cinematics have all types of art styles that you can think of. And even like their splash art looks so good, distinct from all other games. You know a League of Legends splash art once you see one, because of how detailed it is, how like there's like a lot of focus into very small details that makes it just amazing. Anyways, I hope they continue like that. I hope they don't replace it with AI at some point, because those artists are really good, and the only place that is willing to pay them for their work is a big company like Riot. Because if they go anywhere else, let's say they lose their job at Riot, where are they gonna go? They're gonna go to a lower company. Lower companies are not willing to pay those artists for their art because they're smaller companies by definition, you know. They want something cheaper, because like they're gonna look at Riot Riot. Riot is not using artists, they're using AI, so might as well we just use AI too, you know? We use what the best of the best is using, and that's what small companies are going to do once that happens. So I hope that Riot does not go into that direction, because like I've seen Arcane is so amazing artistically, and I feel like they're going to keep doing what they're doing right now, which is producing good art. But the fact that we live in a capitalist society and that this company is owned by Tencent, I don't know, man. I don't know if they can keep going in that direction, especially with the new gacha mechanics that they have right now, which is something considered very cheap in the gaming industry. It's like if most cheap games have gacha mechanics. Genshin Impact introduced the idea, but there are so many cheap games that are just copying the idea to make more money. So if they make money from this now, they're just gonna keep doing it, you know? If they see like, oh, we made some money from this, we might as well just keep doing it, you know, to make more money. They don't really care about the artists, they don't care about the consumer, they don't care about that, you know? They don't care about balancing the champions. No, who gives a shit? We want to make more money. Okay, let's see what this guy says.
There can't be that, then the entire system falls apart. It eats itself alive. And so, more money has to be made from the same number of finite resources that existed in the first place. Which is why we have $250 gacha skins in League of Legends now. Because the line has to go up, and the only way for the line to go up is for you to pay more of your money or invest more of your time into making it go up. These are just legendary skins. Same as all of the other legendary skins that have ever been, except now they come with either a $250 price tag or an absolutely enormous tax on your time if you want them. And that's going to keep happening. I'm sorry, this is not going to get better. I the bearer of bad news, and I hate being right, but I'm gonna be right. This is gonna keep getting worse. Now, it's $250 gacha skins, but eventually, the line has to go up again, and then it's gonna be, well, here's the gacha, this the extra special, super special, extra premium special one, and that's worth $400 in capsules, and then it's $450, and then, oops, that's $500, just like the Faker skin, but now there's a new extra special 10th anniversary super extra special Faker skin for $800, and then $900, and then $1,000. And it's going to become more and more exclusive and more premium. And if you pay attention, the quality is not really going to keep going up, because much like with everything else, there also cannot be infinite growth forever in the quality of these skins. League of Legends can only do so fucking much, right? You can only do so fucking much with the skin in League of Legends. There's only so much that can be handled on a material, technical, physical level, but the line has to keep going up. So the product can't improve forever, because that requires infinite resources, which doesn't exist. But the capitalization has to increase forever, because otherwise everything falls down and collapses. So, yeah, there's going to be more of these. There's going to be more of them forever until there's a crisis. Companies have all kinds, and I'm not saying a crisis would wipe out League of Legends. Absolutely not. It wouldn't wipe out Riot Games. It's too big, too successful, too big to fail, right? That's not what's going to happen. It's just going to get shittier. It's just going to get shittier. Like, if they ever go too far, they're going to go, oops, we're going to pull it back a little bit, right? So now, okay, maybe $250 was too much, but now we're going to do $200 skins, and even more skins are going to be locked behind that price.
That's what more likely is going to happen,
things are going to be confined to the gacha system. And oh yeah, maybe some of them are only like $80 and $90 in terms of the capsule investment, but more and more things are going to get locked in there, because we can capitalize on your time better when it's in there. We can lock you into the ecosystem better when it's in there. And eventually, some legislation hopefully is going to come around and regulate what companies can actually get away with doing gacha, but certainly not for the next 4 years in the US. Europe is kind of working on it. The EU is trying. And that's going to be a crisis point, and then they're going to have to find another way, and then they're going to have to find another way, and then they're going to have to find another way, because the line can't go down. Ever. That is the one thing that can never, ever be allowed to happen, ever. The line cannot go down. It can only go up. And so long as that is the incentive, so long as that's the requirement of the whole business model, so long as the economic system is founded on that premise that the line has to keep going up, this is going to keep happening. And it's going to get worse. And the enshittification is going to get worse. And things are going to get worse. Products are going to get worse. Experiences are going to get worse. More and more money is going to be required from you to have an experience that you would have gotten for free 10 years ago. And eventually it collapses.
Yeah.
Eventually it all falls down. Not tomorrow, maybe not in 10 years, maybe not in 100 years, but eventually it will. This will heighten till reality can no longer bear them.
Till we don't have a capitalist society anymore. Because like if you think about it, we might as well not have money at that. People might not just have money at all, because people would have lost their jobs anyways. Who's gonna pay for that skin? Who's gonna pay for this stuff, right? But this is the really great video, guys. I'm gonna link you the video for this guy, 3B's Kind. Really good video. I might actually give him a subscribe too. Okay, let me just link it real quick in the chat. Very great video, guys. I think this is it for today. For whatever Riot is doing right now, the Viktor skin too, I think they're trying to listen to the people for the Viktor skin, but we're gonna see where this goes and if they actually listen and change his kit to some degree. I don't want them to change it back to the original skin. I'm fine with this skin, but they just need to change the kit and improve the art, because the art looks like shit. They just need to improve the art in general. It's just like I mean, look at the colors here, for example. Look at the colors here and look at the colors here. This looks more as if it's like just a one piece thing, but this looks like it's like multiple pieces put together. This looks way better than this. Just look way better in terms of colors, the shading, everything here looks better. So I hope they just like fix these skins from that point of view. At least like take the colors from here and then slap them here. I'll be fine with that too. And change his kit, more importantly. Changing the kit is the essential thing about his reward. If you don't change the kit, there's no point of your reward. There's no point of it. Make this skin a purchasable skin. Change his W, for God's sake. Change his ult. His ult is still quite the same. Change his E, Q, mechanics. So thank you guys for watching, and see you in the next one.